Hello, for Wall Street Media, this is Maria. I'm here with Doug, and we'll help you make money in the stock market with information you can't get anywhere else.
Hey, that's what we're doing, fellas. We've got exclusive videos for you from the B. Riley conference in Vegas.
Exactly.
What do you have for us?
Well, the first video we have this morning is
Are you
Douglas
taller
Shirley.
than me?
I'm trying always.
I have to sit up.
Let me read.
All right.
It's Douglas Shirley, CFO of GSI Technology, ticker is GSIT, and he discusses their balance sheet, customer base, working relationships, and $50 million cash as of December 07.
In terms of a balance sheet, we have a very, very strong balance sheet. At the end of December, we had over $50 million in cash, total assets of $84 million. Inventory a year ago was quite a bit higher than it currently is. We had some favorable wafer pricing from TSMC, so we bought quite a few wafers, more than we needed to run the business. And over the past year or 9 months or so, we've actually dropped inventory from about 24, 25 million down to about 16 or 17 million. And that's about where we think we need to be on a normal basis, giving us the ability we need to support the business. Yeah, DSO is usually pretty clean, around 45, 46 days. Our customers are good. They pay their bills. The major distributors, Smart Modular. So we almost never have problems with receivables. We have a very strong, very clean balance sheet. The management team, I think, is another one of our strong points. Most of the people have been with the company for a number of years. Leland Shu and Robert Yao are the two founders. They're still with the company. They've been with GSI for 13 years. DDA has been with us for 10 years. I'll be 9 years very shortly. So we think this is another one of our strengths. These people have been working together for a long time with one goal, and that's to make GSI successful.
Hey, good stuff, man. And let me tell you, what they just came out, looks like April or May of last year.
May. It looks like May to me.
Well, you have younger eyes.
Yes.
And you're closer.
Not really.
I think it's the distance. It might be an excuse. Fair is fair. They're up 2% today. Let me tell you something. At $2.80 a share, the market cap's $77.5 million, and he says they're sitting on $50 million in cash.
I know, that's pretty.
If we can get German Mike to break open those purse strings, man, this might be something worth taking a look at. He is tight though, but he does not part with money. Poor Larry. But that makes it super enticing because, if you look at it, they're a small enough company. $77 million is a lot of money, right? That's why we do the show, is so we don't say idiotic things that the empty heads commentators say. So we're not going to say micro or tiny or anything like that, yes. Right? I don't think anyone that can't write you a check from the checking account for $77 million ought to say a tiny company or a micro company and look down their nose, especially some journalists making, 1/1,000,000th of that, right?
Yeah.
But to a bigger company in that same sector, right? In chips or in memory or any kind of thing like that, right?
Yes.
That is super, super, super attractive proposition because when you take out the net cash, right, you're only looking at $27 million to buy the whole existing business.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And that makes them like a very attractive takeout candidate.
Absolutely.
And that in itself, is an interesting investing proposition.
Yeah, it's new to me, but I'm learning.
Yeah, hey, there we go.
Exactly. Well, we have another video for you, and this one is Dr. Martin Singer. He's the chairman and CEO of PCTel. Ticker is PCTI, and he talks about acquisitions, GPS, and WiMAX product lines, expanding their regional footprint and their share buyback program. Here it is.
We want to tactically expand our antenna business again, focusing on acquisitions that can help us accelerate our organic growth. As I've already said, we've put a great deal into GPS and WiMAX. We also have a telemetry product line. We're expanding our regional footprint. We want to go from the 20-80 split I told you, non-U.S. to U.S. in antennas to something more like 50-50. We've spent the last year developing distributors outside of the country. There's some vertical markets that we can go into. In-building distributed antenna systems are something that very naturally attaches to our business. An example of the type of accretive acquisition that we're going to continue to make is the Blue Wave acquisition for these ruggedized antennas. So summary, we simplify mobility with both our propagation and optimization products. Network complexity and global wireless growth drive our business. We have an extensive wireless broadband portfolio in the high growth markets, WiMAX, private networks, and cellular carrier networks. A very successful M&A track record. As we discussed earlier, we have strong revenue and profit momentum. A very strong balance sheet. After taxes, $105 million. In a commitment to shareholder value. You may have seen our announcement that we authorized a 3 million share buyback. We were able to execute on 1.2 million of those shares. During the first quarter, we're going to aggressively go after the 1.8, and management is significantly invested.
Good stuff. I know that we work with PCTel often. I've been seeing them for years.
Oh, really?
You know,
Yeah.
at different events, right?
It's nice to have that kind of relationship. Almost.
It is, you know, I can watch them and we talk to them back and forth, right?
See the progress,
and see them often, you know, smart, solid guys, always doing cool new things, though, not sitting on their laurels.
Yeah. Well, now to round it all up, we have yet another interview, and this one actually features James Long. He's the chairman and CEO of INX Inc., ticker is INXI.
For Wall Street Media, this is Marley. I'm here with Jim Long, the CEO of INX Inc. And this morning, B. Riley issued a coverage on you guys as a buy. Tell us a little bit about what it is that you guys do.
Thank you. INX is a provider of large-scale Cisco network infrastructure and voice-over IP infrastructure for enterprise organizations in the United States. Been growing very rapidly, driven by Cisco demand for Cisco products, network infrastructure upgrades because video is driving network load. Phone systems, business telephone systems are being converted over to be a part of the IP network, which is driving network change, requiring networks to be upgraded, and customers are desiring solution providers that have a high degree of expertise and focus, driven 40+% revenue growth over the last 3 years, including recently. Profitability is growing even faster than revenue, so good balance sheet, good operating results, and great industry.
And what are you doing to attract new investors in terms of getting out there and new products?
Well, we attend some conferences on a limited basis. B. Riley approached us through an analyst that we already knew that had moved to B. Riley and liked the story and wanted to initiate coverage. So they invited us to come to this conference. So, you know, if a sell-side firm likes us, wants us to be at their conference, we'll take the time to come out and be a part of it. And we're happy to be here.
And you mentioned your rapid growth. Is there anything in addition to what you didn't say that you feel you're doing to further your growth and become more attractive?
We are, I think the key for our business is focus and expertise. Our competitors largely are computer resellers, telecom service providers, none of whom have the focus and expertise that we do in this space. And I think that customers really just appreciate a company that really has a very high level of focus and expertise because the network is becoming the most important and critical piece of technology that an enterprise organization has, because all other forms of IT are dependent upon it. All their PCs, network access, now their telephone system, their data centers are all dependent upon that network. So we think focus and expertise is what is driving demand.
Thank you so much for meeting with me, Jim. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Hey, that's exclusive stuff, Marley. Golf clap for Marley.
Absolutely.
Doing a fantastic job out in Vegas. And as he said, the analysts that's at B. Riley just started covering them. They have a buy on them.
Yeah.
They're up to almost 2.5% today. So definitely interesting and worth taking a look at, right?
Yeah, and you can always listen to the entire webcast, too.
Could I?
I love doing that line, you know?
I know, you're fantastic.
You can find it at wsw.com/webcast/BRileyCo9. And that's always a great way to listen to all the presentations that are featured.
Did I interrupt you?
No, you didn't.
Okay, good.
I was going to mention feedback, but I
no
think
beating
you're
after the show. That's what I was going to talk about. If you guys own these stocks that we're bringing to you, listen, we're trying to do this, and we have all the webcasts. We have 20,000 of these a year. We pick highlights. We got interviews, highlights from their presentations to the institutional audience. All Wall Street watches these, and we try to pick the most interesting stuff for you, or the ones that we find intriguing. But can't be experts
on everything.
in 20,000 of them. If you own shares of the company, click the feedback button. Tell me why you own them. If you know about the company, or if you know a competitor, click the feedback button and write in and tell us, and we'll tell the rest of the audience.
Yeah, and then if we're convinced, we may even add it to our portfolio, right?
I added a bunch of the ones yesterday.
Exactly. And then you can follow that along too. So it's a nice little circle.
Covestor.com, it's free. All of this is free. We're just trying to do cool stuff, good stuff with the information that we have. But some of you, especially for the gold mining, man, that was
amazing
awesome,
feedback.
Right?
Absolutely.
Tom Piercy wrote in about Taseko. Man, fabulous stuff. Yeah. Justin in Minnesota, you have to sign up for Covestor, please, and email me your username. Your stock picks are unbelievable, and I just want to follow you and put my money into you.
And that could be feedback on you right there if you give us some.
So write in and tell us what you're doing. We'll keep bringing you good stuff. We've got more today from Vegas, right?
We have lots more from Vegas today.
I talked to Andy yesterday. He made it to the 4th table. They had the poker tournament out at B. Riley.
Oh, they have a poker tournament?
He's super smart, but he said he had terrible hands. Andy, you got to make a second table, bud.
Yes.
Right?
So stay tuned for lots more from Vegas.
He's the smartest guy in the world. And someone beat him. That's not very good.
It happens. Well, thanks for joining us today. We're here every day at Wall Street Media, and you can find us directly at WSMCO.com. Thank you.